Hey YouTube, so here we are doing video number 2 on the Go Green SCATPACK. Today I'm going to be doing an in-depth, not a review, more of an explanation of what the TaZer does for the SCATPACKs. I do have a video on the TaZer for the 2012 to 2014 models. If you own a Charger and you got a 2012, the 14 RT, and you want to go check that out, it's in my channel. It's pretty old. I've had it for quite some time. But with this video, I'm going to be doing what it does in the SCATPACK. I'm probably going to have to break up this video into 2 because I want to make sure I do a good review of what everything looks like prior to changing it and what it looks like after changing it. And I will also do a small video on the light show. Not too long though, because the video is going to be super long as it is anyways. And if you want to see how line lock works, you can go ahead and check out my other video on my other Charger. Alright, so here we are at the default setting mode. Nothing is activated on the TaZer yet, so got the little bumblebee, the pages here. Gotta adjust the brightness because I'm not somewhere where it's the best place to be recording, but when you come to the controls, you see your normal default engine, sports mode, comfort, sports, so, and that's the super track pack button that brings you here. Got your default over here, sports mode, settings, the launch control, the performance pages. So you got the basic RT car there. So all that changes once you activate the TaZer options. So I'll go ahead and turn it off. And to activate the TaZer options, you want to make sure that the car is on, but that is not running. So to go to the options, again, hold back and hit the cancel button. You want to make sure you're in the audio to see what the options are. So it's doing a light show right now. Clear engine lights. Sports mode's already on. So here's what you want to turn on. You want to turn on the SRT. And you go back to the audio buttons. So turning on the SRT disables the splash screen for the SCATPACK. So you can put it to the SRT startup, or you can put it to the Hellcat. I've had it in the Hellcat just for fun. So we go through the options again, and we want to make sure that we enable. I turn off the belt dinger, so the TaZer does that too. I don't know what the steer is. I just leave it set to SCAT. So here we go. We want to make sure that the super track pack is on. So it should be on. The driver mode is on. And we want to make sure that the drive trans is on as well. Want to go over here. So you lose the splash as the SCAT. So I'm going to change it. So that's the SRT Challenger, or the SRT one. Start up, and then we have the Hellcat. And I'll just leave it at Hellcat for now. And the Eco mode, you want to make sure you turn on the Eco mode as well. Eco mode on. And then that's all the options. You want to make sure you have those turned on. Now, it does take a while once you do that for these to come into play. So the performance pages and the super track pack button will not activate right away. You got to power cycle the car a couple of times. Takes about 3 or 4 times when you turn it on, turn it off, and walk away from it. So if it doesn't change right away, don't panic. Just leave those options turned on. And then once you come back to it, it'll surprise you and it'll say SRT once you turn it on. And then, so I've had to record this video in 2 different times because I had to wait for the pages to turn back off because I had them on, then I turned them off. So now they're off. I actually recorded part 1 of the video before I recorded this, or part 2 of the video before I recorded this one. So now I gotta wait, I don't know, probably like half a day or so, turning the car on and off so they come back to normal. But yeah, I'll show you what they look like once they're activated. So here's what it looks like once all the pages have been activated. You do lose the SCATPACK B on it if you turn on the SRT. So I have it displaying the Hellcat on there. The Uconnect. So then we'll go to the performance pages. So this changes a little bit, not too much, it changes a little bit whenever they're done loading. Well, meanwhile, we'll go over here. The font on the miles per hour changes to the Hellcat font. The thermometer goes from high and low to actual numbers. Then we have just the usual stuff, everything you're used to here. Except for now these things are red. The Hellcat red, the engine torque, air intake temp, well that stuff is red. I'm trying to get this phone to focus, there we go. It's better. What else we got down here? MPG, it's also red. And the audio. So another thing you get is the speed warning. That doesn't have that in the SCAT. And the diagnostics is not on there either. Come over here to the pages. And it changes a little bit there. The car actually says SRT and they look different. The gauges themselves are pretty much the same. That's all pretty much the same. See what else changes. So here's the fun stuff. The unlock the other modes on there, like track. So your sports button that's down there that you can't see becomes useless. Now when you push it, it doesn't do anything. The super track pack will bring you to here. So now we have an eco mode. The eco mode is good to drive in for long distance, saves you gas, but it's pretty boring. You actually have to get on it a little bit for it to take off. And then you have sports mode, you know, your typical sports mode. And then we have track mode. And the track mode, the transmission shifting in track mode is extremely aggressive. Steering in track mode, see the steering doesn't really do anything because it's just a SCATPACK. So when you put it in track mode, it's actually like not even having it on. This is the way I run it. I run it in custom mode. And in custom mode, I have the traction and the transmission and track, the paddle shifting on, traction and sport, and the steering and sport. You also open up Valet Mode. Valet Mode is really fun. So if you ever have to leave your car at the dealership or somewhere, like I'm gonna get it, you know, wrapped, so I'm gonna leave it in Valet Mode. It takes away pretty much all the power. Like even if you get on it, it doesn't even go fast. It's just like really super slow. And then you have launch control. Pretty same options there for the launch control. But the cool ones is the transmission and track. Also with the TaZer, if you hold the button for traction control, if you hold it for 7 seconds, it turns off traction completely off. So there you go. Now little wheels turn red and traction turns completely off, and just push it and it'll come back to street mode. Push it again. I'll go back to sport. So that's how I drive it. See what else changes on here. I think that's it. Just this. Valet mode. Gauges over here turn red.